There's nothing that people love more than incest. But for those times when your mother, father, sister, or brother are too busy, you got card tricks. So there's nothing that people love more than even card tricks. That's right, even card tricks. What do I mean? You may be asking in your squalor. Well, here's what I mean. I'm gonna cleverly show you through a card trick what I mean by people loving even. We're gonna need an assistant here. So luckily for me, I only have one hand here, so I'm gonna have to play the role of the spectator here. But we're gonna try to be as even as possible with this trick here. So one more time here. Even right here. I'll put even. See, even. We're being as even as possible. I don't want there to be any sort of confusion. Even. See what's happening? Even. We got pairs of cards here. I can't stress this enough. And I'm gonna play the role of the other participant here because I'm a lonely fuck. Even. Right here. Even. One last time, even. And could you guess what else? That's right, odd, you fucking conclusion jumper. Here we have the one single odd card. So I want to stress out the fairness of everything that's gone on so far here. We've been completely even apart from this one odd, dirty, disgusting card here. So let's just be as fair as possible here and make even piles here as fairly as possible. So we have two, then we have another pair and another pair and another pair, again being as even as humanely possible here as to stress the fairness of the whole procedure. So everything thus far has been even apart from this one dirty, disgusting Mr. Spectator, where would you say I place this card right here? Would you like me to place this odd card on this pile or on this pile? And of course, Mr. Spectator gets off their Comtrex days and tells you, I'm gonna pick this pile right here, and you go, that's fair. I'm gonna drop this odd card on this pile right here, and see what I'm gonna do is to actually try to cause that oddness to jump from this pile to this pile. But I'm gonna need some I'm gonna need some just a bit here. I'm just gonna need a moment. Okay. All right. So there you go. That's actually all it takes. That's actually all it takes, because if we look again, my hands are as empty as they were when my father left me, and we have even, no odd whatsoever. But believe it or not, I actually have caused a miracle to take place, because in this pile, sir, now we have even, and the one odd has magically transported from one pile to the other pile. Do you understand what magic is? Do you really? Do you even comprehend the difficulty it takes to understand and comprehend the complexity of a magical effect? Well, that was a cool magical effect there. So that's the piano trick, ladies and gentlemen. It goes back all the way to before your mother was born. This is a called a piano card trick, for those of you that don't recognize, and it's built on a mathematical principle of assuming the spectator is mathematically retarded, which just so happens that most spectators happen to be mathematically retarded. So what you need for this trick is some cards. You could do this with matchsticks, with coins. You could do it with birth control tablets. You could do it with food stamps if you're in the... And you're also going to need a spectator with two hands here. Since I'm a lonely cunt, I'm going to have one hand here being represented by this novelty prop, and the other spectator's hand represented by my lonely fucking hand. So here, what you're gonna do is where this trick takes its name is from the piano trick here, because of this initial piano position. So you tell the spectators to put their hands out like this, because you're gonna put pairs of cards between their fingers, and they're in this piano position. Of course, the difficulty in maintaining anonymity in Magic is severe, so you don't want to refer to it as the piano trick, because the spectator could just as easily go on their little electronic computer machine and look up piano trick, and your whole life is found to be a lie. So here you tell the spectator to put their hands out, just like this, both their hands out. Of course, this hand will be representing the other spectator's hands here. So what you're going to do is you're going to say pairs here. You're going to get pairs of cards here and put it between the spectator's fingers, never addressing the number of cards. Because if you address the specific number of cards, which you'll see in a bit is a clever secret to this clever card trick, this cleverly coordinated card trick, you're going to spoil the method. So you're going to refer to the two cards that's pairs of cards. You want to say that it's even, so you're going to be as even as possible. So here we're being as even as humanely possible. You're grabbing pairs of cards here and putting it between all the spectators' fingers. So you're saying, oh, I'm being as even as possible, sir. If I was any more even, I'd be gay as shit. So here we're getting as even as possible. So here I'm going to play the role of this spectator's left hand, and you're putting, again, pairs of cards here, being as even as possible. Finally, when you get to the last ring and pinky finger, you're going to grab one card here and say, this is the odd card. This is, and if you're a clever person of magical patter, you could insert whatever, you could attribute this card to be whatever it is that you want. If you live in certain parts of town, you could say that it's the other race, if you're in that sort of part. All right, so we're going to consider this card the odd card here, and that's going to go between the pinky and the ring finger. So now you've been as even as possible. And what you're going to do now is, again, repeating the word even, is you're going to grab the piles of cards from the spectator's hands and separate it into two piles, saying, look, I'm being as even as possible here, sir, as even as humanely possible. If I was more even, I don't even know what would happen to the rest of the universe. And of course, you're just grabbing the cards here, putting it into two piles, repeating even, and then finally odd. But if you have just thought of what you've done, you have now made two piles of what are essentially odd cards. That's right. So this pile has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. This pile has 7 cards. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in it as well, which means that whichever pile you add this odd card to is going to make that particular pile even. So then you could you see the ingenuity of this, but because you've stressed the word even, the spectators think that even is in relation to the actual condition of everything that you've done. But in reality, nothing's even here. That's the secret of this clever card trick. So you ask the spectator, which pile do you want me to put the odd card on? Because that supposedly is going to make that pile odd, right? No, it doesn't. It makes it even. Ugh! So here you put the card on whichever pile they want. Let's say they want to put it on this pile. You say, okay, good. I'm going to try to transfer that card magically from this pile to this pile. Here we go. Oh boy. And whatever magical move you want, you could do this. You could sacrifice a chicken. You could sacrifice a young, impressionable youth. Whatever it is that you choose to do here. But you ultimately make a magical moment, and you start counting the pile here. So you say, in pairs, obviously, you say, look, even. There's no odd card. Then you count this pile, of course, in pairs, and guess what? You're going to have even, you're going to have even, you're going to have even, and you're going to have that one odd card that, of course, the spectator thinks is the card that came from this pile that now has jumped to this pile because of their misunderstanding of basic mathematical principles. So there you go. That's the classic piano trick, as I first read by Martin Gardner. Oh boy, Martin Gardner, if you were still here, oh man, I would do things to you that nobody else could possibly describe in a YouTube video. But there you go. That's the trick. Don't dismiss it because it's just based on a clever mathematical ploy. Show it to a spectator, and make sure to leave in the comments below the reactions you get to this amazing and wonderful card trick. I'm going to go figure out different ways to watch myself eat yogurt.
You again, when I see 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 you again.